What's up everyone? Welcome to today's video. I am sharing the recipe and tutorial of my shave bars. Now these have been getting quite a bit of traction on YouTube Shorts. I have had several of my shorts go viral, getting over 20,000 views on these specific shave bars. I'm going to tell you a little bit about them and then get into a tutorial. As with most handmade products, there are tons and tons of options when it comes to customizing or making a signature blend of any particular product. So these are moisturizing shave bars. Not only do I love making the shave bars, but they are amazing to actually use. Since I started making them, I have used quite a few of them. I think it's really a testament to how awesome they are. I am not a shaving cream type of gal. With traditional shaving cream, I always forget to like move it out of the shower and then it leaves like that little rust ring. I get a little bit weirded out by what kind of chemicals are seeping into my skin if I like nick myself or something like that, which of course you can say for pretty much anything that you're putting on or in your body. I'm of the mindset that the areas that you can easily improve by going more organic or more natural, that you should. So these I think would be an excellent item to add to your holiday category. They're fun, they're a little bit different. So this is what one looks like. This one's already packaged. This is coconut cream. I know my nails are tragic, don't come with me. And then this one is my sea minerals. I just have them in these little packaging envelopes that I found on Amazon. I'll link the exact ones down below. This is what the label looks like. When I make them, I use this chocolate mold here that I also got on Amazon. Mine's a little dirty. I've got some extra shave bar pieces on there. So I just use this and I make, you know, however many I feel like making at that time. Right now I have a mimosa. I have this teal one that is sea minerals from Candle Science. I love this fragrance so much and it's such a great fragrance. This one is coconut cream. And then I also have a lavender, a melon ball, but I think the melon ball one is sold out right now. So they're a great product. I like adding them to gift baskets or if I'm making a gift set. Something that I've had a lot of success with is marketing it as having your smoothest legs ever. This is just a really easy to make project. It's also very beginner friendly if you are at the beginning of your journey and still trying to figure things out. This one is a super simple recipe to get started with. I start with a melt and pour base. I personally don't go for like the white bases that have like a mango butter mixed into it because I like having the clear base. So I usually go with the aloe vera gel. And from there, really, you can add whatever you want. I was working through some formulations and looking at this cosmetic formulation book that I got last week. And I really did use it to really upgrade the formula that I was making these shave bars with. So I add in carrot oil. It is a very skin nurturing, skin brightening, and tone evening add-in that you could eat that's relatively inexpensive that you can add to your shave bars. There are plenty of options. I chose an aloe vera base because again, aloe vera has that very skin repairing property to it. So adding the carrot oil and the aloe vera gel, it makes it a really, really standout product. The other thing that I love about these shave bars is that they last forever. Okay, they last forever. They're very easy to store, they're small, they're compact, and they're more natural, which are all great marketing points. Now, if you have any other questions, I'm happy to answer them. Just leave them down in the comments below. And if you're looking for a good fragrance to use in your shave bar, but you're not exactly sure, first, I recommend more clean or more timeless types of fragrances like a lavender or a eucalyptus, something like that, or like a clean linen type. I think that those would be better sold, and historically for me are better sold than the more like cotton candy-ish type of fragrances. Something floral would be nice. Just keep that in mind as you're formulating. I just use Canva to make these labels like I do all my others. I also make the labels oil proof, so just in case you get some on your hands, it's not going to ruin the label. If you are interested in seeing the oil proof label tutorial, definitely hit the subscribe button. It will be coming very, very shortly now that I've fulfilled that 100 bar order and things are slowly calming down for me. So let's go ahead and get into the tutorial. The amount of melt and pour that you use for this tutorial is really going to depend. I'll have exact measurements in the recipe down below in the description box, so you can follow it exactly if you have this same mold that I have. The first thing we're going to do is weigh out our soap base and add that to a heat proof or melt proof container. I usually use a glass or plastic pouring pitcher just because it's easier and helps me be more exact when pouring into the mold. So we're gonna grab that base, weigh it out, and put it into the melting pitcher. You can choose to use the double broiler method or the microwave to melt your base. I usually use the microwave for this part just because it's a lot faster than going double broiler, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's still completely safe to do this way. After I have melted my soap base, I check the temperature quickly just to make sure it's not above the flash point of the fragrance oil, whichever one I choose to use. Be sure you're looking at that ahead of time. You do not want to exceed the flash point of a fragrance because it could literally catch your kitchen on fire or your studio, wherever you are working. So after we melt our base, we'll add in about 0.2 ounces of the carrot oil, or carrot seed oil, I guess I should say. And just a quick note here, when using melt and pour soap bases, you do have to be very specific in the amount that you're adding. If you add too much, then the bar will not re-solidify. So you do need to be careful with how many and how much of each additive you have, okay? Here, it's more of like a less is more type of situation. You don't want your bars to be ruined because you added too many additives and now it won't solidify. If you do happen to make this mistake, no big deal, just remelt the base or whatever you have. Let it, if you've poured them into your mold and taken them out and they're not working for you, put it back in that heat proof container and microwave it again, adding more soap base until you get to a better consistency. Now it's here we're going to add our colorants. You can use any soap safe or skin safe dye you want. I usually go with a mica powder, and sometimes I get a little fancy, do a little swirl. With the Sea Minerals ones, I did add a little bit of biodegradable glitter. Those, of course, that's always an option. Any little special additives that you're going to add, like a biodegradable glitter, could be added now, and just make sure, again, that you are stirring your mica powder in thoroughly. You do not want to get some streaks. A quick tip that I have for that is making sure you put your mica powder in a small container and using a little tiny bit of oil. Here, I would definitely suggest using the carrot oil. Kind of blend them together before you pour them into the mixture. After we go ahead and mix everything in, we're going to pour it into our mold. I always take a short form video on my phone when pouring things into molds or demolding them. It really seems like people enjoy watching this kind of content. Once everything is in the mold, just make sure you do not touch it or move it. The more you touch it, the more you move it, it's going to cause a ripple to show up once it has fully dried. And we're back. You saw the tutorial, you saw all the background. Here is the finished shave bar. And this is our sea salt water, of course. This is what it looks like in the packaging. Sorry, I know my nails are horrendous, but... And then this is what it looks like with the product label itself. Hopefully you enjoyed today's tutorial and learned about a new product that you could very easily incorporate into your already existing catalog. If you have any questions, leave them down below. I'll be there answering and responding. Otherwise, I think we're gonna wrap up today's video there. I will see you next week. I've got some good product vlogs coming up, some studio vlogs, especially a really good one focusing on the men's line that I have been working on for the holiday season. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you next week.